Picture this. It's 2026. You've packed like a pro, you breeze through check-in, and you're just about to hit the gate. But then you hear those 6 dreaded words. "I'm sorry, that bag isn't flying." The carry-on you've trusted for years is suddenly against the rules. The biggest travel shakeup in a decade is here, and airlines are enforcing strict new carry-on regulations that are catching thousands of people completely off guard. Before you get slapped with a massive fee or denied boarding, we're going to break down exactly what's changing and how you can beat the system. That nightmare scenario isn't just a bad dream. It's the new reality at airports nationwide. For 2026, the TSA and major airlines have rolled out a wave of updates aimed at boosting safety and speeding up security lines. But for the average traveler, it's just a massive headache. Airlines claim these changes prevent delays, but anyone who's had their bag turned away at the gate knows that's not how it feels. And these aren't just tiny tweaks. We're talking about huge changes to how you pack, what you can bring, and even how you prove you are who you say you are. The airlines are profiting from the confusion with last-minute fees, but because you're watching this, you're about to be the smartest person in the security line. We've dug through the official TSA guidelines and the airline fine print to give you the ultimate guide to the new carry-on rules for 2026. Let's get into it. Let's kick things off with the #1 mistake tripping everyone up, the carry-on crackdown. For years, that reliable 22 by 14 by 9-inch roller bag was the gold standard, and the rules around it were, let's say, flexible. Well, those days are over. While the official dimensions haven't changed much for 2026, the enforcement has become brutally strict. Those metal bag sizers at the gate, they're not just suggestions anymore. They are the absolute law. The real enemy here is the bulge. If your bag is overstuffed and doesn't slide in and out of that sizer effortlessly, it fails. The gate agent has all the power to decide your bag is too big, forcing you to pay a last-minute gate check fee that can be double or even triple what you'd pay at the counter. But the bigger shock for many is the new, strictly enforced weight limits. A growing number of airlines, especially international carriers, now have a carry-on weight limit between 8 and 10 kilograms. That's roughly 17 to 22 pounds. To catch you, some have installed scales right at the check-in kiosks and boarding gates. If your bag flashes red, you're paying up. Even worse, some airlines are now applying that limit to the combined weight of your carry-on and your personal item. That heavy laptop bag plus your roller could easily tip you over the edge. So what's the solution? It's simple, but you have to do it before you leave the house. First, actually measure your bag with a tape measure. And yes, that includes the wheels and handles. Second, grab a cheap portable luggage scale and weigh your bags after you've packed. If you're even close to the limit, repack or just check the bag online ahead of time. It'll save you a ton of money and a very public shakedown at the gate. For years, the personal item has been the savvy traveler's secret weapon. It was our overflow bag, our little loophole for bringing back souvenirs and just a little extra stuff. Well, that loophole is slamming shut. Airlines are cracking down, and that oversized backpack or tote bag you've always gotten away with is now a prime target for gate agents. The rule has always been that your personal item has to fit under the seat in front of you, but in 2026, they're finally bringing out the rulers and enforcing the exact dimensions, usually around 18 by 14 by 8 inches, though it varies by airline. As one flight attendant put it bluntly, if it doesn't fit, it's not flying. The real frustration is the element of surprise. You get through security without a problem, but at the gate, an agent spots your bulky backpack and pulls you aside. Suddenly, you're either frantically trying to stuff everything into your main carry-on, which is probably now overweight, or you're paying another fee. And if they see you juggling a backpack, a purse, and a shopping bag, that's 3 items, not 1. They'll make you consolidate or pay up. The trick is to start treating your personal item like a real piece of luggage with its own rulebook. Before you fly, look up the exact personal item dimensions for your airline. A well-organized laptop bag or a small structured backpack is your best bet. Use packing cubes if you need to compress things, but never overstuff it so much that the zippers are crying for help. A bag that looks neat and compact is way less likely to get that dreaded second glance. Okay, this next one goes from inconvenient to potentially trip-ruining. Smart luggage. Those bags with built-in chargers and GPS trackers are facing a huge crackdown. Because of the serious fire risk from lithium-ion batteries in the cargo hold, the new rule is black and white. Any smart luggage with a non-removable lithium-ion battery is banned from flying. Full stop. It can't be carried on, and it definitely can't be checked. Imagine getting to the check-in counter with your $300 smart bag, only to be told it can't get on the plane. One traveler in Atlanta had to literally abandon her expensive suitcase because the battery required a screwdriver to remove, and she was about to miss her flight. The rule for 2026 is incredibly specific. You must be able to remove the battery without any tools. If it's hardwired in or you have to unzip the lining and perform surgery on your bag, it's a no-go. On top of that, all spare lithium-ion batteries and power banks can only be in your carry-on. They are absolutely forbidden in checked luggage. As a rule of thumb, any power bank over 100 watt-hours, around $27,000 MIA, is not allowed. While you might get away with up to 160 watt-hours with prior airline approval, don't risk it. To avoid this disaster, check your smart luggage right now. Can you pop the battery out easily? If not, that bag is officially a liability. When you pack, make sure every single power bank and removable battery is in your carry-on. It's also critical that the watt-hour (WH) rating is printed clearly on the device itself. If a TSA agent can't read the label, they have the right to confiscate it on the spot. All right, let's take a quick breather. If any of these tips have already saved you from a future travel nightmare and a potential $150 fee, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps get this information out to other travelers before they make a costly mistake. You probably know the 3-1-1 rule by heart. Liquids in 3.4-ounce containers, all in one quart-sized bag, one bag per person. That rule is still the law of the land in 2026. But two new curveballs are causing a ton of confusion and delays at security. First, you've probably heard about the fancy new CT scanners rolling out at some airports that let you leave liquids and laptops in your bag. It's true. The problem? These scanners are only at some airports and in some security lanes. There's no universal system yet. People show up thinking they can leave everything packed, only to get yelled at by a TSA agent to take it all out, which just slows everybody down. Second, the definition of a liquid is still tripping people up. Just remember this. If you can spread it, it's a liquid. That means your peanut butter, hummus, and even that tub of cream cheese are all subject to the 3.4-ounce limit and must go in your liquids bag. The solution here is to always pack for the worst-case scenario. Assume you're going through an old-school security line. Keep your quart-sized bag packed right and place it in an easy-to-reach spot in your carry-on. And if you're traveling with medically necessary liquids like insulin, you are exempt from the size limit. But you must declare them to a TSA officer before your bag hits the scanner. If you don't, and they spot a big bottle on the X-ray, you're getting pulled aside for a time-consuming bag check, guaranteed. The last major change is how you prove you are who you are. The long-delayed Real ID requirement is now in full effect as of May 2025, which means your old standard driver's license might not get you on a domestic flight anymore. For your license to be Real ID compliant, it needs to have a star on it. If yours doesn't, you'll need another valid ID, like a passport. But here's the 2026 twist. TSA is pushing hard for biometric screening and digital IDs. Instead of handing over your license, you'll step up to a camera. It'll scan your face and match it to a federal database. When it works, it's lightning fast. When it doesn't, or if you're just not comfortable with facial recognition, it can create a major bottleneck. So what are your rights? You can absolutely opt out of biometric screening. Just tell the TSA officer you'd prefer a manual ID check. They'll direct you to a different lane, which is your legal right, though it might take a few extra minutes. The best strategy is to have backups. Even if you plan on using a mobile ID on your phone, always carry your physical, real ID-compliant card or your passport. Phones die. Apps crash. Servers go down. The person holding a physical ID will always get through faster than the person furiously trying to get their phone to load. A printed boarding pass is another old-school backup that can be a real lifesaver. We've cross-referenced all of this directly with the TSA's latest directives, 2026 airline policy updates, and real reports from travelers on the ground to give you the most accurate guide out there. These aren't just theories. This is the new playbook for flying. Flying in 2026 definitely comes with new challenges, but being prepared is everything. To quickly recap the game changers. First, weigh and measure every single bag, including your personal item. Assume the limits are set in stone because they are. Second, check your smart luggage now. If that battery isn't easy to pop out, don't even think about bringing it to the airport. And remember, all batteries go in your carry-on. And third, make sure you have a physical, real ID or passport. Don't bet your entire trip on technology working perfectly. Following these new rules will do more than just save you from surprise fees. It'll make your whole travel day smoother and way less stressful. The era of overstuffing your bag and just hoping for the best is officially over. Smart, prepared travel is the new standard. What's the craziest or most frustrating carry-on rule you've ever had to deal with? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience could help somebody else out. And for more updates to keep you ahead of the travel game, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Travel safe and travel smart.